Before performing any type of work on Masabi products, consult factory before proceeding with any work that might involve a warranty plan. Servicing may void the warranty. Always call Aluminium Radiator customer service with questions. Always consult the appropriate service manual when servicing Masabi products. Before beginning work on a Masabi 3-inch high-efficiency aluminum tube cooler, you will need a supply of replacement seals. If you expect damage to tubes, you will need extra tubes. You will need the following items available from Aluminium Radiator: brush, seal O-ring tool, tube assembly tool, and lubricant, as recommended in the service manual. You will also need the following tools: 3/16-inch Allen wrench, and an inspection mirror. Before beginning work, clean and dry the cooler. When spraying, keep spray head at least 6 inches from core to prevent tube deformation. Begin by removing support bar by using a standard 3/16-inch Allen wrench. Remove the tube retainer using 3/16-inch Allen wrench. Now, slide the tube removal tool between the header plate and the finning on a single tube. Freeing the tube from the lower seal, pull the bottom end of the tube out of the core, keeping the tube angle to a minimum. Then, pull the tube from the upper seal. Do your best to minimize the angle of removal, and do not force the tube out or tube could be damaged. With all the tubes removed, you can now clean the header plate. To remove seals, insert the pick end of the O-ring tool between the seal and the groove and gently pull the seal out of the header. Be careful not to scratch the seal groove with the tool. If the seal is dropped into the tank, it must be removed. Use a small brush, as recommended in the service manual, to clean header plate grooves and holes and blow clean. Apply lubricant to the seals, ensuring you cover the entire seal with lubricant, but not to excess. To install new seals, use the flat hooked end of the O-ring tool to pull the seal into an oval. Insert one end into the seal groove. With your finger, push the other end of the seal into the groove while controlling the opposite end with the flat end of the O-ring tool. Use the back end of the tool to press the seal firmly into the groove. To avoid pinching the seal between the tube and groove, a small amount of additional lubricant may be needed to hold the seal tightly to the long sides of the groove. Use your tool to smooth any excess lubricant. Please note, the seal needs to be completely seated in the groove for the tube to be properly installed. Apply a thin film of lubricant on the first 1/4 inch of the tube ends. Choose a convenient starting point and push the top end of the tube, the end with the longest unfinned section, into the header plate seal. Minimize the angle and do not force the tube. Care must be taken not to damage tube or seal. Place the bottom end, the end with the shorter unfinned section, in the respective seal. Be sure it is properly centered in the seal. Push the tube down and into the seal until the fin end is in contact with the header plate. This can be done by grasping the tube with your hands and pulling downward until seated. Install the retainer bar assembly by bolting front and back sections together using retainer bolts, washers, and O-rings. The threaded section goes on the back and the section with the bolts on the front. Use the 3/16-inch Allen wrench to tighten bolts to 45 inch-pounds of torque. After all tubes and tube retainers are installed, use a light and inspection mirror to check each seal, making sure none protrude into the tank. Reinstall support bars if equipped. To pressure test the cooler, follow good safety practices by wearing full face protection using only appropriate pressure fittings. Apply pressure slowly and follow testing procedures and service bulletin. Pressure test up to 50 psi. This completes the service and repair procedure for the Masabi high-efficiency aluminum tube charge air cooler. Remember, this video is not a substitute for information contained in service manuals. Manuals are available online at www.masabi.com or by calling toll-free in the United States and Canada at 1-800-346-3500. Tools and parts can also be ordered and shipped within 24 hours. MasterCard and Visa accepted.